So this is a question I get asked all the time, and I figured you'd be the best person to answer. You've been in practice now for decades, and you've been using hemp in your practice for quite a while now. Have you seen any kind of negative interaction or negative effects?
Well, in short, no. So I've been in practice for practicing medicine and family practice type of practice for about 40 years. And for hemp, I've actually only been using that for 4 years. But I've seen no significant adverse effects or toxicity from using cannabidiol. Nothing of any significance. Occasionally someone will have a headache or they'll feel fatigued after using it. And for me, that's just a matter of explaining to them that they've taken too much and that they need to decrease the dose. And I feel very comfortable talking to people from thousands of miles away in adjusting their doses of cannabidiol just by doubling the dose and finding the right amount that works for them to control their symptoms. I'm not worried at all about toxicity or adverse effects that are going to happen from CBD. Easily controlled, insignificant in totality.
Well, that's kind of amazing. So you've seen people with a variety of ailments, and you use this as part of their nutritional foundation, right? So you've given them this hemp extract, part of the nutrition foundation, and it's always helped them, and you've never seen any negative outcomes from that.
That's right. And it even goes on to drug interactions. I see very rarely does cannabidiol interact with any of the other drugs. Now, in theory, there's a point where it's going to interact with the cytochrome 450 system within the degradation in the liver.
Right.
But in fact, I don't see that until you get to very, very high levels. And using the small doses that I've been using and been able to use with the whole plant, I haven't seen those kinds of effects at all.
Right. And it's kind of, you just unwittingly came into my wheelhouse. So as far as the cytochrome P450 system, that's my background. That's what I know and love. All the liver enzymes, all the detoxification mechanisms. I've been doing this for years, and that's what you're going to see every single time, right? They always say the dose makes the poison, right? So a lot of these studies, as I went through them, it was very, very typical. Here's the dose you're supposed to have. Here's the dose people were taking to see really great effects, and here's the dose that people took when they saw these negative outcomes. And basically what it was, these people were taking so much material that their body didn't know what to do with it, so you just had to get it out of their body, and that's the P450 mechanism. So it's basically your body's just cleaning itself out. But it's like anything. If you chug 2 gallons of water, it's going to really, really stress your kidneys, and you're going to see some very negative outcome from that. But that's the one thing I've always looked at is, how does hemp extract interact with your liver enzymes, with your cytochrome P450s? And it seems that they work really, really nicely together. The other great thing is this liposome system is really designed to sidestep it. So rather than going through your liver system, it goes and gets absorbed, gets used, and then what isn't used, then that's cleared out. And that's the whole point of the microdosing, right? Is you give a very small amount where you're never going to stress out any of these systems. You're never going to stress out your liver. It's going to do its work, and then we're good to go from then on.
So for my patients, I find that I have to find the right dose for them to achieve the balance and control of their symptoms before and just dosing any particular amount. So patients are always asking me, well, how much should I take? Well, it depends on you as an individual.
Right.
I don't know what that is. With microdosing, I can easily start with a standard serving that's on the bottle and have them double that or cut it in half. Now, usually I use a standard serving that's on the bottle and for adults between age 7 and 70. But if you get outside of their range, I'd start with a half that dose. Or if somebody reports to me they're extremely sensitive to any substance or new medications. Other than that, the worst that I've seen has been that fatigue or a mild headache that will occur, and no significant interactions that's occurring with other medications included.